to Career Uprising. I'm your host and professional career coach, Lorraine Rise. Join me as I guide you through an amazing journey of self-discovery and empowerment. If you are looking for work, changing careers, or stuck in a toxic job, then this is the show for you. I offer both practical and spiritual guidance to help you up-level and advance your career. Let's start the uprising. Hey everyone, you are listening to episode 141, Breaking into the C-Suite, Part 2, The Executive Job Search. Hey everyone, welcome back. We're doing Part 2 today of a little just two-part series on how to break into the C-Suite. So thank you for listening and thanks for finding me. I've got a lot of great information, as I always try to do, packed into a short period of time for you. So take a moment to rate and review this show on Apple. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. It helps me to grow the show. I love reading reviews. I read them all, and I'm very grateful for all of my listeners. So thank you guys very much. And I got some great feedback about the episode I just recently did, Let Other People Judge You. And I really liked that one. It was kind of a different message. And I got a lot of people just kind of like signing up for my emails after that one, and some feedback from some other people as well. So it's always gratifying. I love feedback. If you ever have any feedback on a show I've done, please email me. It just warms my heart. And it makes all of the effort worth it. It's a lot of work to put these shows out, but I love doing it. So thank you guys for all your feedback and for listening. I really, really appreciate it. So last week in part 1, I did a great interview with Mary Patry, a former CIO and now executive coach. So you don't have to listen to that show first necessarily. It's okay if you're landed on this show today, but do go back and listen to the interview with her. It's really fantastic. She's very experienced and knows how to break that glass ceiling because she did it herself. So I think that you should definitely listen to both shows if you either are an executive or want to be one at some point in your career, even if that's not right now. It's never too early to start thinking about the big picture and the next step in your career. So, all right. Well, really quick. Oh gosh. Well, I'm trying to think what's going on with me in my life a lot. It's been really, really intense, mostly good stuff, but just, a lot going on. On a personal note, also, when this show comes out, it'll basically be my 39th birthday on March 25th. So I'm happy about that. That doesn't bother me at all. So far, I'm totally fine with growing older. I've never been one that's really been scared to do that. I really do believe that the best is yet to come. So I'm excited about closing out my 30s over the next year here in 2023. And I have every reason to believe that my 40s will be an even better decade for a number of reasons. And it's crazy to think that I'm only 5 years away from being an empty nester. I'll be a very young one at 44, which is kind of cool and exciting and weird. But yeah. And then I also I'm just going to put a teaser out to you guys. There's something really, really big and exciting. I'm not ready to tell you what it is yet, but I'm going to have a major announcement. And I don't even know exactly when. I'm thinking April, May, something like that, pretty soon. I'm still a few weeks away from it at the time of this recording in early March, but April or May. So be listening to the shows because I'm unveiling something big, something secretive, a bucket list item that I have wanted to check off for a number of years and maybe my whole life. And I'm doing it. I'm living proof that dreams come true. You can achieve big, exciting new things. So listen for that new thing. It's related to the show and the work that I do somewhat. For the most part, it is. But anyway, enough about that. Stay tuned, you guys, and be listening to this show over the next few months because I'm going to have an awesome, exciting announcement. Okay. All right. So for today, what we're going to talk about is, so in the first show, the interview with Mary, we talked a little bit more high level, big picture about, how to get into the C-suite, what skills and what knowledge are needed, how to obtain those skills, getting a coach or getting a mentor, that type of thing. So what I'm going to do today is narrow the focus a little bit and talk about the executive job search, the nitty gritty of how do I land a position like that? And is the executive job search different in any way than a traditional one? And it is in some ways. There are some differences and some nuances. So we're going to talk about that. And I've broken the content down into 4 key things that I think that you need to know and keep in mind for an executive job search. All right, you guys ready? Let's go. Okay, number 1, you cannot rely on the job boards for your next executive position. You're going to have to network. Realistically, most executive positions are likely going to come from networking. It is possible that you could get it straight off a job board, but it is a lot less likely. All right. We already know that many of the best jobs are found this way, but it's even more true the higher up you get in your career. And this is partly because finding the right cultural fit is so important at the executive level. It's always important, but I think it's even more important when you're in a really influential leadership position, okay? And I don't even think either that you're going to find a lot of these executive positions on the job boards. There are some, like I said, it's not completely a waste of time. And especially, I think if you focus on niche job sites for executives only, that might be a smarter approach. But that's probably where I would spend my time more so than Indeed or something like that, where it's just a general job board. But hopefully you've been cultivating your network and doing some research on companies and focusing not just on any job, but the right cultural fit. You have so much influence as an executive that it really could be bad if you get into a company, bad for you and the company, if you get into one where you are really not the right fit. It's kind of sink or swim, it's because you have a lot of influence, you have a lot of decision-making authority, and so it needs to be a good fit. So make sure that you are engaging your network in your search, asking for recommendations of companies you could target or other connections that you can talk to. And the thing is, as an executive, you're really expected to know how to do that anyway. Being well-connected, being a communicator, being an influencer, that's all part of the job. You need to be able to form relationships and partnerships at that level very well. So consider it some training, right? Some pre-job training in your job search to get good at building relationships, all right? So there you go. It's useful for the job and the job search process. All right. So if you are looking to move up into the C-suite, start cultivating your network now. Hopefully you already have been. Now we can coach you on how to do this, especially in my career transformation program. That's really the program that is best suited for anyone at or aspiring to the executive level, because we really have the time to go through what it takes doing an evaluation of your skills and the job search process. All right, there's a lot to unpack here with the networking in terms of who do you connect to? What do you say? How do you maintain the relationship? And we are experts at coaching clients on how to do this comfortably and effectively. All right, so number 2, the search is probably going to take a little bit longer. Hate to tell you that, but it probably is. So an executive job search, it really does take longer than a traditional one. I would say a traditional one is probably, 3-4 months, depending on what field of work you're in, sometimes shorter. But an executive job search could be 6 months to a year. That's not uncommon. You're going to have to be patient, do your research, and make lots of connections. And I know 6 months to a year might sound scary, but that's really not that uncommon, okay? Compare that, like I said, to non-executive jobs, which could be 3 or 4 months. It definitely makes sense. And there's not as many of those positions available in general. So that's going to play into the time factor as well. All right. And again, the emphasis is on really finding the right company and the right industry so that you will be successful in your position. So that is also going to take time. Getting into the C-suite is not about a quick fix, you guys. It is not, okay? It's about being thoughtful and intentional and putting yourself into a place where you will be successful, okay? That is worth waiting for. All right, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I still have 2 more very important tips so that you know how to land a position at the executive level. All right, stay tuned. More to come. Hey everyone, while the show takes a quick break, I want to tell you about 2 ways that you can get help in your career for free. First, you can sign up for my mailing list and be a part of my community. I offer in-depth resources and solutions for your career problems. I have a free gift waiting for you when you sign up. Head over to careeruprising.com/signup and join my community today. Then join my LinkedIn group called Career Uprising Online Community. It's growing every day, and you can interact with me and ask questions about your own situation. Just open up LinkedIn now and search for Career Uprising Online Community. And I can't wait to connect with you. Let's get back to the show. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get to tips 3 and 4. Number 3, you need to upgrade your documents. That's your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn, and probably a bio as well. So as an executive, you really need to have an executive portfolio of documents that are reflective of your brand and that are in line with what would be expected of someone in the C-suite. And there are definite differences to an executive resume that my staff and I create compared to a non-executive one. And it's definitely different in terms of both the look and the layout, as well as the content, okay? So you don't want to apply for an executive level job with a subpar, basic, outdated resume because it's reflective of you and it's very competitive. So your resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn should reflect you, your brand, your skills, your contributions, and you want to make it stand out. So like I said, in all of our programs, but especially the career transformation, not only do we coach you through this process, but we create a fantastic set of documents that are customized to you. And one additional document that you will probably need is a bio. I would recommend having a 1-page or half-page bio and headshot. That could be used for websites, press releases, networking, business cards, different things like that. There's a lot of different uses for that information, but that's something pretty standard that most executives would have. Now, a regular job search might not need that, but I definitely think it's smart for you to have a bio at the executive level. And we have extensive experience in writing bios and coaching executive clients, creating their resumes. I have staff members who can create really, really beautiful, almost a little artistic executive resumes that are going to really, really make you shine on paper. So definitely consider getting help with that, because if you want to up-level your career, you're going to have to up-level your game and your documents and your approach. It only makes sense, right? What got you to one spot might not get you to the next. So consider that. All right. And number 4, consider an executive search firm. Okay. So engaging with recruiters can sometimes, for a lot of people, be an effective job search strategy, but that's particularly true at the executive level because there are search firms that focus exclusively on executives. And a lot of these still are free for you to use as the job seeker, but it might vary. There are different types of search firms out there. Some you can pay for as a job seeker, and they will be dedicated to you and work for you and get you placed. Some are free. And that's not a bad approach either. They don't work for you. They're going to work for the client, but you absolutely can still get established with them and build relationships with them, get into their pipeline, and that can help you tremendously. And it helps because you can get into the hidden job market. A lot of those positions at executive search firms are not necessarily going to be published other places. That's one reason why networking and relationships is so important. A lot of those executive jobs, they try to fill either maybe internally or through referrals or recruiters, rather than opening it up to the masses on a job board. Okay. So definitely can do a Google search in your area and talk to some executive search firms and find one that maybe specializes in the industry that you are in. Having an industry specialization is always a plus. And so, it's going to be a little bit more effective, and they're going to have the right clients that you might potentially want to work for. So consider adding that into your approach. In addition, as I said before, to going to executive job boards. I think ExecuNet is one, but there's others out there that may help cut through the noise a little bit and get you right to the jobs that you want at the level that you want. All right. So there you go. There's 4 quick tips right there. I hope that helps to at least get you started, but implementing this is what is really important. So as I mentioned, we have resume writing, we have coaching, and with the career transformation program, we have built into that program our resume distribution service, which actually works the best at the executive level. So we can actually put you in front of recruiters directly with no effort on your part. That comes baked into that program. It's part of your investment. So that is amazing. Not only do you get the coaching, but you get the document writing and you get direct connection to recruiters. We designed that program that way on purpose. So very, very exciting. All right. So if you are ready to go big in your career and enter the executive level, then you might also have to make an executive level investment in yourself. Aren't you worth it? And aren't your career worth it? There's really not a shortcut or a cheap way around it sometimes. So if you want to go big, you got to play big and you got to invest big. And we would love to help you get there. So go to careeruprising.com, learn more about us. Keep listening for my announcement in the next couple of weeks. And we're going to be back in April with some more amazing shows. So I look forward to connecting with you guys then. Take care. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard today, please consider giving the show a positive review on iTunes. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help to spread the word so that others can learn about the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to connect with you again next time on Career Uprising.
This show is brought to you by inflowradio.com. The best curated talk radio network for personal development, wellness, spirituality, and conscious business.